Hi, my name's Jeff, and I spent probably nearly 23 years working as a mechanical engineer in the United Kingdom and in different parts of the world, into Africa and into Europe and Holland. And I worked in oil refineries and oil piping, and also my final project was the Channel Tunnel project in the UK, where I spent 5 years as an incorporated mechanical engineer and designer. So that was my beginnings. But my life radically changed when I became a believer in Jesus. It transformed my heart, transformed my focus, and I began my second career. And my second career involved traveling around the world. So what happened was I gave up my home because it was all about people. It became about helping people become who they are meant to be. Talking freedom, talking life, talking things that would change a person's heart. Because my heart was changed radically, and I began to move very differently and live very differently. So that motivation changed everything I do. Me and my wife, we gave up our home in Auckland, New Zealand, and we began to travel and teach and train young people, middle-aged people, older people, anybody who realized that there's more to life. And there are certain things that are very valuable in life, and some things that keep you stable. So for that reason, I traveled. So it was a voluntary giving up of home, if you like. But through that, I learned some really important lessons. I lived with many different people, over 50 different locations in those years of nearly 20 years of traveling, and in the 34 countries, 50 different locations. I couch surfed. I lived in bedrooms. I lived in all sorts of spaces, small spaces without a roof of my own. So I learned some things. I live in, 635 square feet. We actually developed and built a tiny home, which is 435 square feet. So that home, and when you see it shortly, you'll see how amazing it is and how great it is. It's a home that any one of us could live in. Home Sweet Home Affordable Housing, we've built one tiny home, and as you look through it, you can see how absolutely amazing it is. It's a miniature house. It's not a shed. It's not a container that you're living in. It's a home that you can call home. You can feel at home in your home. And I just want to walk you through some of this. Look at some of the things here that we've seen as we walk through the tiny home. You can see the living room, and then you walk into the bedroom, and then around into the bathroom, and then into the kitchen. So you've got 4 distinct units in this home, and it's quality. It's good quality. There's plenty of space. So we're really pleased to be able to offer that wonderful, small, tiny home to a beneficiary. And so there is a person now who was living hidden homeless and is now housed. And that is the heartbeat of Home Sweet Home Affordable Housing. We want to help one person at a time. One at a time, we do something. One at a time, we house someone who's living hidden homeless. And so we're very pleased to have a beneficiary there in that first home in St. Mary's in Ontario. And we have land available. The good news is the people have rallied over this first year, nearly a year that we've been a charity. Not even a year yet, actually. We've had people rallying together and offering their services. And amazingly, we have a piece of land, which is 0.94 of an acre. And it can house 4 tiny homes, 4 units. That's 4 people, or it could be 4 families. It's families, individuals that we can house. We have a 2-bedroom unit designed. So the 1 bedroom is built. The 2-bedroom is designed, and we have a piece of land available to put it on. We have beneficiaries ready and waiting. We've talked before. Look back through our previous videos about Donnie and John. And we also have Rachel available as well. And other people applying for tenancy. So there are lots of people who need housing, who need homes, and Home Sweet Home Affordable Housing. That's what we do. That's what we do. As I've already shared, I understand what it's like to live without a roof. I understand what it's like to couch surf. I understand what it's like. And so from this heart of compassion, myself, Vicky, and the team at Home Sweet Home Affordable Housing are pressing on. We are pushing forward to make sure we can house as many people who are in need as possible. So we constantly ask for your help. Jump on board and help Home Sweet Home Affordable Housing. We have a stage next. Before we build in the North Perth side, we actually have to put down septic, we have to put down hydro power, and we have to get the land ready. We've done some amazing clearing. Teams came out last year, it was incredible. Now we're through the winter. We're coming once again into the summer months. So there's going to be opportunities for people to jump on board, to volunteer, to help, to clear the land, to repair things, to move trees, to do whatever is needed to actually get the site ready. And we need the septic and we need the hydro power. So if you're able to jump on board and help support Home Sweet Home Affordable Housing, we can get the first phase done, which is all the groundwork. We need to get the groundwork before we can start the building. So if you can help, we've been asking people if they're able to do $5 a month. Now that would be great. If you could jump on board and help with $5 a month donation, that will go a long, long way. As we all rally together, lots of people rallying with lots of $5 gets the job done. It doesn't sound much. You think $5 doesn't make a difference? It makes a difference. Believe me, when we all put our hands to the plow, we were talking earlier as well about Strike Your Match campaign, which I'll put something at the end of this video. So you can strike your match. What you can do is do something. Striking a match means that you've got one match. And with that one match, you can strike it and you can make a huge impact. We often say you can make an explosion. Something big can happen from one little thing. When we all strike our matches together, that's when we make a huge difference in our society. Huge difference for people in need who actually need our help right now. So strike your match, jump on board, check out the website. As you scroll down, you'll see Strike Your Match. You can make a donation and download our song. We have a Strike Your Match song specifically recorded for this campaign. You can jump on board and you can make a donation and download the song directly to your device. That's one way. You can run an event. We call them Strike Your Match events. And you can run anything that you have a passion to run. For instance, you could be a photographer. Well, take some photos, make a display in your living room, invite people over, they can look at your products, they can buy your photos, they can donate to you, and they can donate to Home Sweet Home. You struck your match. You've done something. You can be a baker. You can bake cakes. You can do anything that is your passion. Musician. Okay, set up a concert. Do something. It doesn't have to be in a big venue and fork out loads of money. You can do it somewhere. Strike your match with us. Let's do something together. So that's Home Sweet Home. We're so pleased to be able to help people. We're pleased that we're underway and we've actually got one home built and one tenant in there. Let's do more. We've got capacity, as I speak today, capacity to build 4 more. 4 more units. That's a lot of people helped. Let's do this together. Let's get the groundwork done. Let's get the septic in. Let's get the power connected. And let's build some more homes for people. Thanks for listening, guys, and more next time. Bye for now.